Let today be the day you give up on who you've been for who you can become. 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, my friends. Commit you to that. And there is a new person that you will meet. It will be a new you on down the road. Don't worry about how long this takes. Just start doing it each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. You will learn as you go, and it will be exciting and loads of fun. There's nothing like, well, there's a few things like, but it is hard to match how fun it is to make money in the market based on your own skill set. 10 to 15 minutes a day, you will learn it by doing it. Let's jump into these charts. We see that stocks and bonds are up, gold and Bitcoin down. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. We see that we had 3 weeks of down movement. We had a nice rollover, a head down. Now this week, trying to peak up. Again, it's only up for the day 0.35%. But of course, we can see that things bottomed back last week on the Thursday, Friday candle. Well, forgive me. The week before last on the Thursday, Friday candle. Then last week, we had a spinning top starting the week off. That was the 22nd and 23rd, followed by another spinning top, a green spinning top with a little up movement on the 2-day chart. That was the 24th, 25th. And then this latest 2-day candle that represents Friday, last Friday, and Monday, the 26th, and then Monday, the 29th. We see a decent candle moving up, pushing through, the candle body itself pushing through with above average volume, the weekly trend line. And of course, for the week, we have a little green candle that's trying to form. We have decent volume on the 2-day. Not a lot of volume here on the first day of the latest 5-day candle, but we'll see how that builds. Now, it could start dying immediately. We'll keep our eye on things and see which way it is going to go. We look at the Qs. We see that we've not pushed through the candle yet. We're sitting, the weekly trend line on the 2-day chart. We have not pushed through it. That candle hasn't. It's sitting right up there on it. We'll see how that progresses. Half day's already pushed through. Started pushing through on Friday. Completed that on Monday morning. So we'll keep an eye. And again, not a lot of movement, 0.41%. For the NASDAQ 100, 0.35% for the S&P 500. NASDAQ not pushing through quite as strong as the S&P. Now let's look at where we are with bonds, up 0.85%. That was our big gainer for the day. Up in the morning, further up in the afternoon, but look at where it is. It's sitting right there on that weekly trend line. We look at where we are with that's on the half-day chart. 2-day chart, we have a doji and less than average volume. So we will keep an eye on all these charts, but the 2-day chart is interesting. Lots and lots of indecision with that doji. We'll see where that leads us. Now let's take a look at what's going on with the weekly chart here, just sitting right there, just a little above that prior week's weekly trend line. So we'll see as the week progresses if we're just digesting some down moves, getting ready to move down again, or if we're seeing a change of pace all the way around in bonds and stocks. Now let's look at gold. Gold down 0.20%. Gold peaked, of course, back on the week beginning the 8th of April. And second week now, last week was a doji with above average volume. And again, we had way above average volume back when gold peaked. And again, average volume a little bit above last week the week before, and last week just a little bit above. So volume's been decreasing, but for the past prior 4 weeks, volume has been nice and high. So let's see which way things are going. Can't tell with all of this indecision if gold is going to be going back up or back down. I'm thinking probably down after this, going into the second week right now of some down movement, but we'll see. Not betting the farm on that yet. It, of course, has to be confirmed with a red down candle. Now let's lastly move into HODL, getting closer and closer to 20 of these candles when we'll start getting our average volume reading. We already have had it for a while on the 2-day and on the 4-day, but we got to get 20 candles in. We're getting closer and closer. I think we have 3 more weeks. But what do we see going on here? Well, we see a down candle forming. Like I said, down 1.28%. We can see that prices below that prior weekly trend line. And we'll just keep an eye. Hopefully, Bitcoin will just keep pulling back. And then when it gets ready to take off again, it'll give us a nice clean signal. Go from red to green with good volume after it gets an interim low and then leads us on into victory. We love to hear from you. cw@chartingwealth.com is our email address. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you appreciate what we do. Become a Patreon sponsor. First thing you're going to get, options made simple, the Charting Wealth way, plus, of course, the 3-wave trades every week and the weekly vertical crossovers. We look for 20 of those each and every week, crossing over from red to green, green to red on the S&P 500, always giving you something to practice trade. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.